Welcome, everybody. This is the Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley, and we are excited to bring you stories every week of people making a difference in the world and inspiring us to think about our potential for service in new ways. You read about Charlie Ruth coming into this program, and I hope you're excited about the things that she's involved with. Her organization, Mujeres con Derechos, is something that she'll explain to us. And she is involved with all sorts of cool programs, having been recognized by the United Nations, Rotary, and others. She's been involved with Harvard University for the past 6 years. We are excited to hear her story. And with that, I hand it over to you, Charlie. Welcome to the Rotary eClub of Silicon Valley.
Thank you so much, Rushton. Thank you, friends and folks from the Rotary Silicon Valley. For me, it's a pleasure to join you today. And I feel very proud to share with you my thoughts, my ideas, and also some key invitations to you. So feel free to stay until the end, and also feel free to send me a message, email, whatever, to talk more after this. So my name is Charlie Ruth, and I am going to share with you my message through these slides. I am a Rotarian from the Rotary eClub, so I'm also global in Colombia, in the District 4281. And today I want to share why a new generation of change agents are taking science and health. And for me, this is very special because I am a gender equality entrepreneur and activist, and I believe that women have in their hands the power to change the world with science, technology, and health. I'm going to explain you what I do. I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm also the director of Miss Powerful and mujeresconderechos.org, the Women with Rights Foundation. We work in Colombia, Mexico, and with the Latino communities in the United States. Also, we have collaborations in Brazil, in Argentina, and in some European countries. And I am also a fellow at the Berman Klein Center for Internet and Society at the Harvard University. I want to share with you 3 key messages today. First, I want to tell you why we need more women included in the health and science leadership. Second, I want to tell you successful stories of women that are taking leadership in these fields. And I want to show you where can we improve, not only women, but also everyone as a society, as a community. I have this philosophy, and this started thanks to a mentor that I met in Boston 6 years ago. I feel that every great change in the world has started with a big pain. And someone took that big pain and decided not complaining, but they started to do something new, something better, something that will transform this big pain in a big opportunity. And my mentor told me, Charlie, if it's not you who is going to make a better country, so who? And if it's not now, so when? And this happens when I was telling her my complaints about gender violence. And she said to me, hey girl, you are ready. You are so ready to become a leader who is going to improve this situation for girls and women in Colombia and in Latin America. And I always say thank you to Judy Narcissian for this big piece of advice. And this is my first invitation to you. Whatever complains you, whatever hurts you, whatever destroys your peace of mind, please understand that this is the big pain that you can transform in a big opportunity, in a big solution, no matter what it is. And in Mujeres con Derechos, the Women with Rights Foundation, that I define as my own social innovation lab, we have discovered many pains, many problems, and try to transform them in big opportunities for girls and women in my country. And in the last 3 years, we have worked a lot in sexual and reproductive challenges, especially everything related with menstrual health. And thanks to this, this opened a new door for me, and I started to see with a lot of curiosity what is happening in women and health industry. And let me tell you something that maybe we take for settled. Women, we are the main health decision makers, but we are so underrepresented in the industry. And this is the time when we need to change this, because we take the 80% of the decisions on purchase and use. We are the ad honorem medical directors in the most of the global homes, but only 70% of the women in the workforce are sorry, only the 13% of the women working in the industry are in the directive chairs, right? So we need to change this, because if we are the 70% of the workforce on health and care, we need to take decisions. We cannot allow that someone else could understand the in a direct and intimate way the problems that we face every day. And this lack of women leaders in the industry is a great loss of information and talent that we need to correct today. So COVID-19 has exacerbated these gender inequalities, especially in science and medicine. The physical, mental charges, the work dedication that women have to contribute is much heavier than the men are doing. Sorry, men, I love you, we love you, but this is true. Today, a woman must be a multitasker person in the work, in the home, attending some meetings, but at the same time, homeschooling, but at the same time, all the responsibilities that historically women have to attend in the home while they are working. And this is a limit to the female talent in science and medicine. The lack of gender parity also affects the founders of companies dedicated to science, health, and technology funded by women. Only the 9% of women health technology companies owners are women. And this is true. The venture capital investors invest less in women owners, and we need to change this. Probably we will need more female investors to understand and provoke a change in the industry. And also, we are so tired that women's health are considered intimate problems. No, we don't have intimate problems, or maybe we have. Men also have intimate problems, but women's health is something much bigger than the taboo topics that we always try to keep because we are talking about women's health. This must change. Doctors are still dismissing the women's claims. There are historical concerns about the sexual health of women that science cannot tackle fully today. And the lack of interest in chronic disease and illnesses affect women in a deeper way. So gender inequalities during the pandemic delay the leadership of women, but also they delay the progress of entire countries. If we don't include more women scientists, we don't respect their view and their contributions, the entire society lost. And you know, I don't want to stay in the complaint field. I want to show you what we are doing to change this, because we are solution builders and we are here to share the power with all of you. So I'm going to share with you, for example, how my team and I 3 years ago decided to change the relationship with menstruation and bodies. And thank you, pads and tampons that have been so convenient for decades to the women of the world, but we need healthier, safer, and more eco-friendly options. And this is why we started to distribute the powerful menstrual cup, the cheapest but highest quality and most friendly version of menstrual cups that we could develop, and that we have had the honor to distribute in thousands of women in Colombia and Mexico. We wanted a better relationship with our menstruation, but also we wanted to explain women why menstruation is the most amazing, natural, and self-discovery phenomenon that all women share. And we are talking that the half of the population menstruates. So imagine the fun and the opportunities that we have discovered in these years thanks to menstruation. And yes, we have been so lucky to have the help of other Rotarians in Mexico and here in Colombia to develop educational programs on sexual health and menstrual health with girls, school and also schoolgirls and college women, but also with women in prisons in Colombia and Mexico. And in the last year, we have been a big supporters of all the female workforce in Colombia. Also, I wanted to explain to you this super interesting startup. The name of this startup is LB. And LB, it's a UK company that has developed these products thinking in women, created by women, thinking in women. And this startup has raised so much money in the last months that I feel so proud to say that they at this moment they have raised more than 50 million of dollars and becoming one of the most famous European companies. And they create these very, very smart campaigns with that hashtag free the feet, and explaining why we need to cut the breastfeeding stigma in public. And I invite you to discover more about LB. But this is so exciting because this is a company created by a woman, thinking in women and developing the best of user science and technology applied to real challenges. The same happens with this startup. This startup has been funded by female doctors in Middle East. The name is Sehat Kahani. They are Pakistan doctors who understood that women relate better with female doctors. And due to the pandemic, they have created this super huge platform in Middle East with more than 350,000 consultations from a female doctor to a female patient. And this is so powerful because in the last 12 months they have raised $1 million of dollars in pre-series A rounds. So I feel very, very proud of these women. And I wanted to show you that not only in medicine, but also in biotechnology, women and Latina women, we are creating big changes. And this is the story of 3 Latinas leading the genomic surveillance and COVID test in Washington. They have been invited to many newspapers and news channels to share their story. I strongly invite you to see the work that these amazing scientists did in United States. And also, you know, I'm fall in love of the women scientists in Colombia. What you are seeing here is the team of the National Institute of Health. Down is Marta Ospina, the director. She has the power to keep the leadership during these hard times on COVID in Colombia. But even above all the challenges and all the lack of resources, they have made a great job in the country, a country that is facing with a lot of multiple challenges coming from everywhere. But yeah, their example, their work, their dedication is admirable. And I had the opportunity to meet these female scientists, biotech superheroes last years, thanks to a global grant that we dedicated for raising $93,000 and buying 2 thermocyclers that we donated to the National Institute of Health in Colombia, plus 4,000 rapid tests that we distributed in Colombia and Ecuador, 500 facial shields that we distribute to medical staff in both countries. Making science and making the difference in our countries is also part of the Rotary mission in these months here. And I really, really would like to share more details, but just for ending, we want more. We want to support these scientists, and we want to create with them the first surveillance, genomic surveillance lab in Colombia, which we hope will provide amazing solutions for understanding not only the mutations on COVID-19, but also how the genomic code of Colombians work and how can we prevent the future pandemics and endemic illnesses that put in risk the health of our nation. And just to close, and these are my conclusions. What are the pains that we need to solve today? But not only women, everyone as a community, as a global society. We need to adapt schedules and spaces. If we don't think that women have a lot of work already in their houses and in their family and personal lives, we are going to lose so much talent and so many ideas out there. We need to increase the funding for research, development and femtech startups. We need to have a more flexible approach in the academic departments in order to retain the talent of women. We need to address women's health challenges through design, science, and technology. And we need to educate everyone in our society with the new roles of women scientists and entrepreneurs. If we visualize the work that we are doing, we are going to send the right message for the future generations and tell them, everything is possible and we need more science and more education. Let's talk more, my friends. And I'm here. These are my data and the way how you can connect with my work and the work that we are doing here. I'm very happy to answer all the questions that we have today. But if you have more, please hit me a message. Thank you.
Wonderful, Charlie. Thank you so much. This is wonderful content and a lot of really, really important topics. I know that we're just touching the just the surface really of the kinds of things that you're involved with. And so I'd like for us to start just with a question from Maxi. And so Maxi, tell us what is on your mind as you think about some of the things that Charlie taught us.
Yeah, well, thank you, Charlie. It's always great to hear you. This is not the first presentation that I've listened to you. I have a bunch of questions. I would say that the first one is, from those challenges that you mentioned, what is your focus these days? Like, are you working on anything specific to address one of those challenges that you show in one of the last slide, I think?
Yes, I think that my biggest interest today is to demonstrate that women scientists are changing the field, and they should be more respected and more visibilized. I feel that coming from Latin America and coming from Colombia, and growing up in a society where women scientists were only in American movies. I feel that we need to change this because there is so much female talent out there, but they are still underrepresented and under respected for their decisions. And we need to change these. We need to show girls and teenagers that they also can become the next generation of leaders in science, technology, and health. And we have, we have to change the way how we perceive ourselves, because the first obstacle that we face is that we don't believe in our own powers to change the world. That's my biggest interest in these days, in general, and in a specific, the surveillance lab for genomic and microorganisms studies. It's my new interest here.
Well,
That's awesome. Awesome.
absolutely. And as Maxine has noted before, we have some amazing women who are scientists and entrepreneurs in our club. And they're across the globe, right? I mean, like that, like our memberships across the globe, Rotary's membership is across the globe. The issues that you raise are global. I was reading just a few days ago about similar problems in Japan, tapping the talents of women in Japan. I'm curious if in working with people internationally, you have brought new insights from people in faraway places that have been really helpful for the work you do with girls and women in Colombia.
Yes, yes. Thanks to Rotary, my global family, I have had the opportunity to discover in the first hand and one-on-one meetings so many scientists, women entrepreneurs, women political leaders, and I always bring this witness and these images and these ideas, and the exchange of experiences is the only way that we can create peace, understanding, and innovative solutions in our countries. It's so amazing to be a Rotarian who has all this huge network of friends out there teaching me how to address change, how to become myself a change agent, and I always have tried to inspire that energy to young people here in my country and Mexico, and to go to places where in general we don't pretend to go, like prisons, for example, or orphanages, or rural schools. I feel that Rotarians have the responsibility to go to these undermined and underrepresented places, because in these places the change can be catalyzed. If you understand the challenges of people in prisons, in orphanages, in rural places, you can understand the roots of the country pains, and you can transform those pains in big opportunities.
Charlie, I'm aware that you have been working with empowering women in prisons in Colombia. Is that correct? Maybe you can explain what you do in a minute.
Yeah, well, since 2017, I had the amazing opportunity to discover how women live inside a prison. And this is not orange is the new black. No, 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 no. This is like a place that lacks everything, a place where the human rights of women are affected in a deeper way. These are the places where sometimes there's no water, there's no food. They receive punishments that are horrible to their human dignity. And thanks to Rotary in 2018, I had the opportunity to visualize this problem in United Nations Kenya. That year, I received the honor of being rewarded as a young innovator, thanks to President Barry Raisin, and I took the opportunity to visualize what is happening in Latin America, all the work that we have done, and all the future opportunities that Rotarians from around the globe have. Because in every city, medium and big city of the world, there is a prison. And if there is a prison, there is a way to go there and offer your help and understand these people. These people are masters of life. And this is not an invitation to commit a crime, of course. The most of the people regret about that the most of the people were pushed by needs, human needs. And we need to change our perspective, and we need to address these challenges and make it ours, because we are the leaders of our countries, and we cannot build a better country without understanding what is happening with these groups of minorities in the most of cases. And if we don't understand, we cannot create something better.
Well, thank you so much for all of your ideas and your insights and the stories. For those of you who are watching this recording, we will keep to our usual time, our time format. However, one of the things that we love to do as people getting involved in these programs is continue talking with these people that we get to meet and we get to learn from and be inspired by. And so in just a few minutes, we'll shift, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about your work with Harvard as well. So we'll do that. And I'll hand it over to you for a final comment in just a moment. But before I do, I'd like all of you who are joining us this week with this as our program to keep going down the page and to do two things for us. First, let us know that you're here. There's an attendance piece and visiting Rotarians. By filling that out properly, you'll get an email you can pass along to your club secretary to make up a missed meeting. And additionally, a little farther down the page, you'll see our forum. This is your chance to share ideas. Do you have questions about the kinds of content that is in the program or in the larger meeting? Do you want to share ideas with people who have commented on elements of the meeting as well? You're welcome to do so. We hope you will. As we always do, we hand it back to our speaker for the final word. And so, Charlie, I hand the mic back to you.
Thank you. I want to share something that I have learned from women in prisons and from my team in all these years. You don't imagine how strong you are until being strong is the only thing that you can do. I invite you to be bold and be brave and try to do the exercise this next weekend of going to underprivileged neighborhoods or an orphanage or a prison or a place where you don't imagine that you could go, and listen the people, listen out there what are the big pains, the big challenges, the big frustrations that they have. Listening, understanding, guiding them to use their own power to change this situation, providing resources, but also mentorship. If you can do that, I promise to you that you can change the world. I hope that you can add me to your LinkedIn. You can find me as Charlie Ruth. Also, I invite you to visit the website of our eClub. It's the Rotary eClub, sogamosoglobal.org. I'm going to share with you all this information. And I hope that we can connect in the future, and hope to see you very soon in the San Francisco Bay Area or wherever. You are also welcome to Colombia. Thank you, Rushton. Thank you, Maxi. It has been a pleasure for me.